Hello everyone, I wanted to come on here because I was watching Series Bíblicas, I was watching Lázaro y el Rico, and I had a thought and I wanted to share with you guys. Okay, so it all started a little, maybe like 2 months ago. I was thinking, I was talking to God and I was like, Lord, I don't think I've ever seen you like in the word be sad. I've seen you have regret for making mankind. I've seen you be angry. I've seen you be jealous. I'm like, but have you ever been like really sad? I'm like, can you be sad? Because I know God would never be afraid. Like God will never express fear, or shame. That's not possible. That's not who he is. That's not his fruit. But then I thought of Prophet Jeremiah, the book of Prophet Jeremiah, where it's called the weeping prophet, right? So I was like, you know what? Let me read this book. And I started reading the book and I was like, Lord, I wish that there would be like a movie or a series or something on this so it could be easier for me to understand, because it's just a lot of prophecy. So I really didn't get it. And then I'm talking to a friend and she's like, oh, I started watching Lázaro y el Rico on Series Bíblicas and I really like it. And I was like, really? I was like, I've gone over it, but I've never taken the time to actually watch it, because since it's not really a book in the Bible, it's just like an analogy or whatever. I'm like, I didn't really think it was good. And she was like, actually, they named it that, but it doesn't even make sense, the name, because it's actually about the book of Prophet Jeremiah. And I was like, what? So then I was like, I need to watch it. So I started watching it, and it's actually more than just the book of Jeremiah. It's the book of Prophet Jeremiah, Prophet Ezekiel, and Daniel, Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego. Because for those of you that don't know, these books all overlap. Like they're all happening at the same time, right? So what it is that Prophet Jeremiah he's prophesying to the Israelites, and he's telling them, guys, if you do not stop sinning, this is what's going to happen. The Lord spoke to me. The Lord told me that the Babylonians are going to come. They're going to take over. They're going to take people captive. They're going to kill people. And like always, right? You have the haters and people that don't believe. And then what they're doing is that they're mocking you and they're saying, oh, that's not going to happen and blah, blah, blah. And what do they always do to the prophets? They imprison them. They mock them, etc., etc. So this is exactly what they do. And everything that Jeremiah says comes to pass. So they come, they kill homosexual Israelites, and then they take some captives. Within them is Meshach, Shadrach, Abednego, and Daniel, right? And then again, Prophet Jeremiah continues to prophesy, and false prophets rise up, and they start saying like, no, that's not going to happen, blah, blah, blah. And Prophet Jeremiah says, listen, this time around, when they come, they're gonna take the rest of the articles of the temple. They're gonna destroy the temple. They're gonna destroy Jerusalem. And after seeing that, what Prophet Jeremiah had prophesied the first time, they still didn't believe him. They were like, oh, anyone would have said that. Anyone would have known that. That's common sense. Really, but when he said it the first time, you guys didn't believe him. But now anyone could have known that. So again, they don't listen to him, and what he prophesies comes to pass, right? They take the second set of captives, and within those captives is Prophet Ezekiel. Now, what happens is that when they take Daniel, Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, this is what caught my attention. When they're in Israel, right, you're expected to act a certain way in Israel because the Israelites had laws, right? And just everyone knew how you're supposed to act. You're supposed to love the Lord. You're supposed to follow his commandments, etc., etc. So if you didn't act this way, you are an outcast. You are an outcast, and you are not going to be liked too much. So of course, everyone is going to follow the rules, not really because they love God, which was a huge problem, but more because of people are watching me. So I have to behave a certain way. And I was thinking, God, you're a genius, because you were like, okay, I'm going to show them what's in their heart, and I'm going to test them. I'm going to take them out of Jerusalem, and I'm going to let them be around the people that don't fear me, to see if they're around them, are they still going to hold on to me? And are they going to fear me and love me? Or are they going to use that as an excuse to act like them? So what happens is when the captives go to Babylon, we have some, the remnant, right? Like Daniel, Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, that they hold on to their faith and they hold on to God. And even though they're in Babylon, they don't use it as an excuse of, oh, well, here everyone eats this, and oh, the king gave us this to eat, so we're going to eat it now. They don't. They stay grounded and anchored in God. While some of them are like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. There's so much money here, and there's so much this, and there's so much that, and I love it. And they start acting like the Babylonians. They start fitting in because, of course, the Babylonians accept that, and it's not a bad thing for them. So this just reminds me of that slang that people use that say you can take the girl out of the city, but you can't take the city out of the girl. I remember when I moved to Kendall from Hialeah, a lot of people would tell me that, like, oh yeah, you're from Hialeah, you could take the girl out of the city, but you can't take the city out of the girl. And that's how I feel about Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego. You can take them out of Jerusalem, where the covenant was with the people of God, with their God and their faith. But yet, even if you take them out of Jerusalem, you could take them out of Jerusalem, but you can't take their God and their faith out of their heart. It doesn't matter what you do. That's what the enemy would like, that I remove them from here and I'm going to take God away from them. But no, it didn't happen that way. And I see this as, even this happens within the four walls of the church. Like, there's a lot of people that go to church and they know there's expectations. So there's certain things that they're not going to do in church, or at least you would hope that they're not going to do it in church, like curse. You're not going to see people cursing in the four walls of the church. Some might, but it's not common, because you know that you're not supposed to, right? But then how do you act when you go outside of the four walls of church? Because all of us have either a business, a career, a job, or we have to communicate with the outside world, right? Because that's why we're the salt, the light. We have to, like, there's no escaping that. We live in the world. We're not of it, but we live in it. So how do we act when we're around other people? Do we still share, like, are we giving testimony? Do we still hold on to God? Because God is watching us. And I believe he's testing us, like, do you really love me? Like, really, you love me? And I was talking to two of my friends yesterday. They invited me to go watch Miss Universe. And although I don't really care for Miss Universe, just to hang out with them, I was like, yeah, I'll go just to spend time with you girls. So I was with them and they were talking about, I don't know how we got on the topic of Daddy Yankee. And they were saying like, oh yeah, he's having trouble with his wife because since he gave his life to Christ, like she says that he's too much of a fanatic and she just doesn't get it. And we were talking like, yeah, that it happens. You know, I have a friend, he was a pastor in Wynwood, and when he used to be a gang member, and when he got saved, his wife was like, what's wrong with you? Like, you're not. And instead of being like, wow, you changed, you're a good man now, you're a man of God, she was like, what's wrong with you? Like, why are you not violent anymore? Why are you not like this anymore? And for her, it was a turnoff. Like, it's crazy. But she left him because he gave his life to Christ. After some time, she just couldn't understand him. You know, they can't relate. And so we were talking about this, and then we were talking about Farruko, how when he got saved, he apologized for that song that he had made of the pepas of drugs, and how another one of them, I don't remember which one, she said that when he got saved, his tour he didn't cancel it, but he told everyone he was going to do a Christian tour or something like that, and that a lot of people were upset, but he didn't care, and that he like got rid of all his secular music. And none of them do secular music anymore, by the way. They got the message. Like, they understood that the Bible says the old has passed and God has done a new thing. They didn't use the excuse of, oh well, but we got to make money and we got to fit in with the world, and they didn't compromise. They got the message, you know, which I was admiring this so much yesterday. I was like, I'm so happy that so many people are coming to Christ, and that, you know, that this is happening and this is going on. So anyway, guys, when I saw this, I was like, this is crazy how God will take you out of a certain place and he'll test you there. He'll actually show you what's in your heart. Do you really love him, or is it just a religion? Because people that go to church religiously, but they don't have a relationship with God, they don't have a prayer life, they don't fear God, they act just like the world, that's a religion. That's what you call religiosity, or religious people, you know. There's so many kinds of religious people. There is the ones that they pray 7 times a day, they stop and they pray. We have in every religion you can think of, there's religious people that they don't really know God, but they have a religion. They go to church every Sunday, or they go to church whatever day their church opens, or whatever. They pray to their gods. They're religious, you know, but they don't necessarily know God. They don't necessarily have a relationship with God. So guys, I just wanted to share this. Thanks for watching. God bless you all, and have a nice day. And if you haven't already checked out seriasbiblicas.net, I recommend it so much. I love almost every series on there. So again, seriasbiblicas.net. It is in Portuguese, but they do have some in Spanish, and now they're going to start taking them also. They're going to start putting them in English as well. So thanks for watching. God bless, and have a nice day.